Hi guys, it's Chica Girl XX, and today we are, hang on, I'm trying to even it out. Today we are talking about the big Five Nights at Freddy's. The big Five Nights at Freddy's story, of course. You can't really see them well, but I put all of the characters in there. Hang on. See? The LPS characters. Anyway. Oops, sorry. Blinded you a bit, didn't I? I have a window and all it has is really a white curtain, so. Anyway. We are talking about Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Mostly Five Nights at Freddy's 4, because Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is known to be the last game. I think there might be another one. I really hope there is. And yeah, this is just basically a theory, and I'll be saying some stuff that the game theorists said. I'll leave their name in the description below, and I'll leave their name in the description below so that way you guys can check their video out. And their video is called Why Five Nights at Freddy's or FNaF Will Never End. So let's start out with Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Well, okay, let me tell you guys about Fredbear's Family Diner. Fredbear's Family Diner is just practically where the purple guy bought the establishment, got customers, blah blah blah, and then they updated it to the first location. Now here we go to the first location. Alright, hang on, just need to adjust it. That's just me pouring them out. Alright, so here's the stage. This will be represented as the stage. Sorry, just trying to make it even. Alright, so this is practically Golden Freddy, and this will be Springtrap right now because I didn't make a Springtrap yet. I was planning on making one, but I really haven't bothered to finish it. So yeah, I'll finish it later. I'll finish it maybe on the weekend or something. I don't know. I might. All depends on how busy I am. Anyway, so I have a Springtrap right here, kind of a Springtrap, and I have Golden Freddy right here, or Fredbear. Now, what happened is, well, let's just let the LPS characters tell the story for you. Hang on. Need to grab the mean bullies. I gotta sing it. She's falling over. I'll use them as he's though. They'll be he. Just anyway. Hey, your brother is kind of a baby, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Hey, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, let's get this guy a boost. Yeah. No, please. And then they took him to the stage, which they're already practically at, but anyway, they took him closer. Hey, I think that the man wants to give Fredbear a big kiss. No! Yeah, on 3. 1, 2. Okay, so this is practically what happened. Let's just clear the area. There you go. This is what happened. The victim of the bite of 87 was struggling and crying, moistening, and practically making the spring locks move or get like vibrated or something, which caused the mouth to go crunch. Now like they said inside this thing, like the game theorists said inside their video, it wasn't exactly a bite. It was just a spring lock mishap mostly. And this actually happened in 1983. This is my part. So this all happened in 1983 rather than inside 1987. They just kept it a secret for 4 years until 1987, which made everybody think that it actually happened in the timeline then at that year. So they thought that the bite of 87 happened in actually 1987, obviously, but it was actually the bite of 83. Okay, so that practically explains Five Nights at Freddy's 4, although in between of Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is practically the box with the locks on it. How will the box open? Okay, it's obviously open, but when will the box open? But I'm talking about in the game. So when will the box open? What is inside the box? I'll give you a hint. The puppet. It is the puppet suit that they gave to the victim of the bite of 87. The victim of the bite of 87 is the puppet. The puppet is the victim of the bite of 87. Even though it wasn't really 1987. It was actually 1983. 1983. So, now that you have this out of the way, alright, so the puppet. The puppet has the most powers ever other than probably Golden Freddy. He is the one who gives these animatronics life. He is the one who practically controls them, but not absolutely. But this is what doesn't make sense in my opinion. Why would he be controlling them and helping them if he was completely terrified of them in the beginning? That's what doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, the whole storyline makes sense except for that little part. Okay, so, now let's get to Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you have the puppet, the mangle, the old animatronics, and the toy animatronics. And of course you have this guy right here in the back room. And he's just practically patrolling everything, making sure these animatronics work. Balloon Boy, this is when Balloon Boy comes out as well. Make sure you don't say anything, Balloon Boy. Ugh, I hate Balloon Boy. He's so darn annoying. I just can't stand him. Anyway, so he's just practically making sure that the animatronics are okay. He does the hardware on them. He makes sure that they're alright. And he controls them. He's the one who practically controls them during the day, but at night he takes over. Which pretty much explains why the purple guy, which I think the purple guy is actually also the phone guy, which explains why which is one reason why the phone guy hates the puppet, it's always thinking. It is always thinking of that night, trying to harm the other. Now, now that the puppet has been bitten, or the victim of the bite of 87 has been bitten by Golden Freddy, which equals that the puppet doesn't really like Golden Freddy. He'll hang out with him, it's just that he doesn't like him. But, so, they, anyway, so, okay, let's say this is Mike, or, no, not Mike, Jeremy, let's say this is Jeremy Fitzgerald. So you're just patrolling, hello, mute the phone call. Anyway, so he's just patrolling, ding dong, ding dong, goes the thing, six times until the 7th night, which on the 6th night the phone call goes like this. Hey, I think it goes like, what are you doing here? Didn't you get the memo? You're supposed to leave. Or it went something like that. But anyway, on the 7th night, he was like, hey, you know what? I'll just take over the next night for ya. And then that explains this guy. That's when that guy comes in. That's when he comes in. That's when the phone guy comes in. We know the phone guy's name. Fritz Smith. Sorry, I keep saying it wrong a little bit. Fritz Smith is the phone guy. I'm actually kind of shocked if nobody has noticed this yet. If you have noticed it, please let me know in the comments if you have, because I don't know. I haven't realized it before, and I wasn't too sure if anybody else had, so I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to the whole Five Nights at Freddy's 2 thing. So what happened is that he took over. That's why he didn't get a phone call on the 7th night. He took over. You were playing as the murderer, the purple guy, the phone guy. You were playing as him all along. Well, you weren't playing as him all along. You were just on the 7th night. For 6 hours, you were playing with him. More like 6 minutes, actually, because every hour is actually a minute. That's what I think it is. Around there. Somewhere around there. And, of course, anyway, so, you play as him on the 7th night. He finishes the night, and then he gets fired from that last night. But he's still around to be the phone guy for the establishment. He still is the phone guy, so he didn't really get fired, but well, I don't actually think that purple guy is the boss. I think he's actually supposed to be like the manager, so I think he's a manager. He's the manager of the entire establishment, so there is someone higher than him that can fire him, but that's only the boss. That's why he gets a pink slip on the 7th night, or that's why you practically get a pink slip on the 7th night, but then he gets fired from being the security guard, but he's still the phone guy. And that explains the first game, why the phone guy is still there. Anyway, let's get to the first game. Yet again, Foxy won't stay still, so I'll just leave him there. Let's get rid of the toy animatronics. Although, in between in between Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This is what happens. You have the puppet here, right? You have Golden Freddy here, right? The puppet hides inside Golden Freddy. He survived. He got away with not being scrapped, as the toy animatronics, they got scrapped. He didn't. He got away with it. He was able to survive survive without being scrapped. He survived getting scrapped. So he didn't get scrapped at all, really, but he just hid inside the Golden Freddy suit and then revealed to himself that he was the puppet. He hid inside that suit. But what doesn't really make any sense is the part where the puppet is in the first game is the fact that actually he's like the main character. Practically the puppet is the main character of the entire thing. The entire thing. I'm actually pretty shocked about this. So he's practically the main character. Yes, I know it's called Five Nights at Freddy's and not Five Nights at Puppets, but you know, I'm just saying, because Freddy, he's the main character, because you also have Golden Freddy as well, and he's practically the main character, so his nickname would probably either be Goldie or Freddy or Yellow Bear. I've actually heard that his name is supposed to be Yellow Bear, or not supposed to be, but you know what I mean. But anyway, the puppet was able to hide inside the Golden Freddy suit and survive. And so he either still hides in this until the last night that Mike Schmidt gets fired, and then he comes out of his suit to reveal himself. Which I'm actually really surprised that he was able to get away with it, and that he was actually really, well, this actually makes sense with the whole phone guy saying that, yeah, the puppet's always thinking, I never really liked that puppet thing, blah blah blah, but then he also really liked Foxy, which was cool. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it about the whole puppet situation in between Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 1. And now it is time to do Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 is pretty much just Mike Schmidt being there to just do the job, blah blah blah. Nothing really happened. They all I don't really know what happened. I don't really know what happened because the fact that, okay, yes, the basic animatronics got fixed. I think the old animatronics were the first ones. Okay, so I think this is what happened. In the second game, they tried out the new animatronics, but they were a little old looking, of course, and then they were like, oh no, we can't use these guys. They malfunctioned, and so maybe we need to get something else. So they got something cuter, which was the toy animatronics. And so they made the toy animatronics with the old ones, and they finally decided to open the place up when they were ready. And then in the first game, I think the old ones get fixed, which means that these guys get scrapped and take the new technology and put them into these guys. So like the new technology goes into them. And then for the first game, the phone guy, this explains the phone guy. So practically, this is actually, I really like thinking about this part because it's like, it makes a lot of sense between the first game and the third game. So this is what happened. When you are playing inside Five Nights at Freddy's 1, you just watch the monitors, make sure these guys don't get you, blah blah blah. Survived all 7 nights. I think there's 7 nights in the first game. I'm not sure. I think there is. Or there might have been just the 6. I can't remember. Because there's just 4 games. I don't know. I just really haven't experienced them yet. I will be playing them. I might. But it's all up to my dad because I'm planning on buying the entire game. I'm planning on just buying 4 and 2. Because those 2 are actually my favorite. Five Nights at Freddy's 3 I'm getting tired of because I kept having the demo on my phone. I might play the demo just for you guys, but yeah. So anyway, I will get back to the point. So you just watch the monitors, blah blah blah, make sure the night goes well, and when you keep surviving, you keep getting smaller phone calls, and then the smaller phone calls, the last 2 phone calls, you get this. Knock, 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 knock. Blah, 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 blah. And actually, guess what? I realized this. You are actually getting the same message that you get inside the second game. The first phone call that you get in the first game, that you get in the second game, you get it in the first game as well. That is when these guys are attacking you. That is when Foxy and then Golden Freddy does his jump scare. You know. And so he's just like, here, let me take these guys down for right now. He's the phone guy, and he is, I think that is when, well, no. Anyway, he's trying to survive, and or no, he's in I think this is what was happening. He was trying to survive inside the establishment at night, trying to give you the phone call, but he was inside the establishment with you. So they realized that he was there. Foxy kept knocking, boom, 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 boom. Anyway, and then next thing you know, hallucination, he glitches into his place and then goes like, and which kills off the phone guy. But then, or no, that's actually the 5 dead children making those noises, because those are the noises that they learned. So, forget what I just said there. The 5 dead children. There's 4 out here right now. Hang on. The 5 dead children. This is what happened. So, you know the Follow Me game? Follow me, follow, follow, follow. I actually really like that song, though. I like that song. That's a good song, Follow Me. I think it's by Smike and Try Hard Ninja. Yeah, the song's by Smike and Try Hard Ninja. You guys can check them out too. That's a really great song. I really like that song. Anyway, so what happened is that these guys were making the noises that they normally make, like boom, 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 boom. And I could have sworn there was also like, you know, the breathing. I really hate the breathing, because that means they're like right by your ear. That's what I've heard from my friend Jack, that when they breathe, that means they're like right by your ear, and it creeps me out, just the sound of them. It sounds so just creepy and natural. And so practically they kept breathing by the phone guy. They kept making the noises that they knew how to make. Then the Golden Freddy character finally was able to scare him into the Springtrap suit, which caused him to laugh. Then he forgot that there was spring locks in there, which caused him to break down and die inside the suit. Then 30 years later, which is in the third game, that explains the call. And then you get his final call when he it's either his final call or one of the 5 Dead Children got a hold of the phone or something. I'm not sure, but either or, they finally did the last call and went like blah 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 blah, really creepy noises, blah blah blah, and they did that into the phone, and then and you know, the jump scares, little jump scares inside there, as well as them making creepy noises, and then finally they hung up. They just hung up, and that call just creeps me out quite a bit. But I love it. I love that phone call. That's probably my favorite phone call. While all the others are just plain out annoying. And inside Five Nights at Freddy's 3, this is what happens. So you're in the one room where the spring trap comes out. So let's just do that for right now. Take away purple guy. He is in the back room the entire time. He is still down. He is twitching to be alive. You know, inside the trailer, you know, he's like all like this. He's all like that. He's twitching his way to be alive. I think that's what happens inside the first night, where you get used to the gist of the controls on how to play the game, and then on the second night, that is when 30 years later he is finally able to come alive and haunt you and attack you, do his jump scare, make hallucinations happen, ventilation, audio, bunch of stuff like that. And he is able just to get inside your mind, and that also explains why you don't get a paycheck in the end. It's the paper that you get. You don't die. It's the paper that you get in the beginning. It's the horror attraction, you know, like a haunted house kind of funny thing, you know. What you do is you just trying to secure that place up and make sure that it's good for like a haunted house kind of thing, kind of like a circus. If you were to go to a circus, you get to go into this haunted house kind of little thing or whatever. And of course he's like the haunted house, but once the 5 nights are over or whatever, he gets settled back down, gets used to being an animatronic, and if anyone bothers to come down at night, well, looks like you're in a bad situation, aren't you? 'Cause he's just gonna scare you to death, literally. And the reason why you just die That's it. When you get jump scared by him, you just die. That's it. That's because he won't give you to the puppets or the phantom puppets and whatever. He just won't give it to you. He won't give the body to him because he's the purple guy. He doesn't want animatronics around at all. He'll cause hallucinations. The puppet, he's not so much of a hallucination. He kind of is though. But what I think happens is that the hallucination that he does is, you know how he's in the hallway? While he's in the hallway, he's in the back of the hallway, and he's just like staring, and then he's all up in your face doing this, and then his face is actually burned. That's because the mask that's like over here, or it's actually over here. It's over here somewhere, and it's a puppet mask. He puts that on because that is burned, and I don't know how he makes it really big. He just does something. He just does something somehow, and he blocks off your attendance panel, or your maintenance panel, and your monitor. And that explains the third game pretty much, and how the Follow Me game adds up. I'm not too sure about the whole the Easter egg mini games where you have to do it in a certain order. I'm not sure about those, but mostly I'm just trying to tell you guys the basic story. I also while I watched the video one time, I think it was Margablar. He's a really good YouTuber. He's one of my favorites, and he did this one video where he was just playing Five Nights at Freddy's 3 practically, and then I kept seeing those little when you go down the hall, you get these little messages that will make you do certain things for the mini games, that will help you with the mini games. And with those mini games, the Easter egg mini games, I saw the one where there was just a bunch of cupcakes lying around. Those things creeped me out so much. It just creeped me out so much. Those cupcakes looked really scary. And anyway, I guess that's all I have for you guys today. In the description I'll leave the game theorists. I'll leave Margablar in there as well. You guys can check him out if you haven't. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching, and just keep being awesome, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love Five Nights at Freddy's. I just love it so much. It's an awesome game. Yep, and of course Chica is still on a rampage. Pizza, 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 pizza. Anyway, bye. Better go handle Chica.